Tier List Tuesday, we're back at it again. We've been dropping tier lists and you guys have been loving them. So we're going to keep going through the positions, every single one in Major League Baseball by the end of the season, of course. We're doing it on a weekly basis. We're going to be done soon, but let's move on to the second base position, which is a really interesting one. There's not a lot at the superstar level, so I'm going to be maybe a little aggressive with some of my picks. A lot of good players, though. A lot of really solid all-star good second basemen. You guys know how I rank them all the way to the top. Superstar is the best. Down to the bottom, trash is the worst. Everything in between, it's basically S to F tier. You've seen enough tier lists, you know the deal. So if you guys are enjoying this tier list, you want to see another tier list next week going over third baseman, drop a like on the video. 2,500 likes, you're getting that next week, no doubt. Subscribe to the channel if you are new and you enjoy the content. We are 10K subs from 200K. Can't believe it. Thank you guys so much for showing the support. Hit that sub button. Get in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think about my tier list. Do you agree or disagree with me? What do you think? Make sure you follow me on all my social media, GiraffeNeckMarc, links in the description. And hey, stadiums are going full capacity. You want to buy some tickets? Head on over to SeatGeek. Use the code Giraffe. Save yourself $20 off your first purchase. So here we are again, back on tier maker. Superstar, all-star, good, average, below average. You guys know the drill. I don't need to go over it too much. And we've got a guy who I think is having a pretty solid year this year, Adam Frazier. Now, I don't think Adam Frazier, this is going to be so weird. I don't think Adam Frazier is an all-star, even though I put him in my all-star team. It's so weird to explain, but like when you're talking about like the best second baseman in the league, Adam Frazier just doesn't come to mind. He's having the best first half right now amongst National League guys, arguably. But even then, he's a batting average guy, high average, has some good defense, doesn't strike out. I'm going to put him in good. I think he's a good second baseman. I don't think he's in that all-star category. I need a little bit more from him. I need him to be a more, like, do some damage. Brandon Lau, I think Brandon Lau, while he did go off for a little bit last year, I think he's also in the good category. Like, fine defensively at second base, has a huge kryptonite in facing left-handed pitching, just doesn't do well against it. I mean, like, just physically can't hit them. He's become more of a platoon player. I mean, it's exactly what the Rays do. They get the most out of their guy, and then they ship him off somewhere else. I can see Brandon Lau getting traded in the next 2-3 months. The Rays just don't really need him. He's a good player, but he's not great, so I'll put him in good. For Brendan Rodgers, I think that a average to below average player exists there somewhere. Also, I don't know why it's Brendan Rodgers and not Ryan McMahon. If it's Ryan McMahon's going in the good to all-star category. Brendan Rodgers, though, I think below average. Like, I know he's a top pick. He was like a first-round guy. He has so much hype. He hasn't lived up to it, injuries and such, but based on what we've seen from him, he's just kind of below average, doesn't really hit that well, doesn't play like an insane second base that makes you go, oh my God, who cares that he can't hit? Yeah, I think he's just a little below average right now. When I think of average second baseman, maybe this is a hot take, but Cesar Hernandez is like the guy that I think of. He is a completely, just like, he doesn't move the needle at all kind of player. He's fine in the field. He's maybe even above average in the field. His bat's not particularly great. An average guy doesn't really walk much, doesn't have a lot of pop. I just think Cesar Hernandez is the epitome of average at second base. So to me, he goes in that tier perfectly. David Fletcher. David Fletcher's having a horrendous season. He's hitting for little to no power. Still has a solid glove. David Fletcher, I think, is good, but is he really? Like, the more we dive deep into these numbers, is he as good as we once thought? He's not necessarily having the best go of it at second base. Oh, it pains me to do this, Fletch God, but I think the scrappy player that he once were, it's getting exposed right now, and I think he's just average. And I think Angels fans, as much as we love this meme, guys, we love it, Fletch God, I think we also know he's not maybe as good as we once thought. So we're gonna put Fletch God in average. DJ LeMahieu's having a horrible year, but I still think he's one of the like top premier second basemen currently right now in this, you know, vacuum in Major League Baseball. I think it would be an overreaction to drop him from superstar right now. Like, he's been an MVP candidate the last 2 years. Off to a slow start. If I'm going to put Francisco Lindor in superstar, I think I also probably have to put DJ LeMahieu, considering he was my #1 ranked second baseman going into the season. So I'm going to put in superstar, slow start. I think he picks it up when this Yankees team also picks it up. Starts to get a little bit warmer out here in New York. He'll be just fine. Just hit into that short porch. Little 200 feet home runs. Dylan Moore, he's going to go in below average. Again, like, he's just kind of not that good. I don't think if he was on any other team, he'd really be starting. The Mariners just don't really have that middle infield depth right now that warrants other guys playing. He's just fine. I'm also going to put Donovan Solano. I was thinking good, but I think I'm going to go a little more in the average category. He's a guy who hits for a high average. He's almost like a better Hanser Alberto in that I think he has more pop in the bat. I think he's a better second baseman, but really at the end of the day, he's a high average guy who's kind of like extra base hits every once in a while. He was a nice little find for the Giants. I think he's like a great utility guy. Play him at second, play him at short, play him at third, play him all over the place, but I don't know if he's like one of the good second basemen. I don't know. He's average, I think. Doesn't start on many teams. So Red Sox fans, look away. Kike Hernandez is below average. He's a great player to have on your team. He's a team guy. He's a leader. He's a good clubhouse dude. He's a little bit like Todd Frazier, except he plays second base here. Just doesn't particularly hit that well, except against left-handed pitching. And fielding-wise, his value is that he plays a lot of positions at a pretty decent rate. Like, you're not getting super penalized. I don't think Kike is really that good. He's just just a little below average for me. Just look at his numbers. He's a below average hitter. It is what it is. Gavin Lux, I'm still holding out for you. I'm going to put you in average, although you still haven't shown us much. He got a little bit hot, but then he got a little cold. Now he's playing a little shortstop, kind of all over the place here for the Dodgers. He's a top prospect. I'm willing to give him a little bit more of a chance. Yes, I just put Brendan Rodgers down there, and I'm giving Gavin Lux more of a shot. Why am I doing that? I think Gavin Lux has a chance to be an actually good player, where Brendan Rodgers, I'm not so sure. So Gavin Lux goes an average from Jose Altuve, right back into superstar. Jose Altuve, after the down season last year, but really if you include the postseason, ended up having a pretty good year. Jose Altuve is back, hitting for average, hitting for some pop. He has 9 homers on the season. His play at second base defensively has not been very good, but the bat is back, and Jose Altuve is back. He's a superstar. You can love him or hate him, but the little engine that could is showing that maybe he didn't fully need those trash cans to be a good player, because his numbers this year are really good again. 302 average, 835 OPS, 9 homers. I love it. Jazz Chisholm. I'm gonna put Jazz in the all-star category. Jazz has the pop in the bat, walks. He's a 3 true outcome kind of guy. He really epitomizes that. Walks, strikeout, home runs, loves it, but he also has the speed. He can get singles, he can get doubles. Like, he's a very, very good player. I've changed my opinion on him very quickly. He's cooled off a little bit since that hot start, but that's of course teams adjusting to him. That's gonna happen now. It's what's Jazz gonna be able to do next, but I really do think that this guy's gonna be an all-star for years to come. He's a super fun and talented player. One of the more fun guys to watch on that Marlins team, if not the most fun. Ooh, Jake Cronenworth. Jake Cronenworth's really good. Jake Cronenworth is an all-star. He's a beast. He's a very good player. 750 OPS. I know you're gonna say, like, what's the difference between him and Adam Frazier? The difference is that one, Jake Cronenworth just going through a little bit of a tough stretch, but I think Jake Cronenworth's really good. He can play a multitude of positions very well, very strong defensively, hits the ball pretty hard, gets on base, does all the things that you want. Maybe he doesn't hit for power as much as you'd like, but Jake Cronenworth is good. I think he's an all-star. I really do. I don't know. Maybe that's a bold take, but I think Cronenworth's really strong. Jeff McNeil. I want to put Jeff McNeil in superstar so bad, but not yet, Jeff. Not yet. You're an all-star. You're very, very good. I think you're in that tier of almost breaking into that superstar category at second base. Tough start to the year. Got the injury just as he was starting to kind of figure things out. We've seen him play at an incredible level before. Offensively, he's great. Defensively, he's about average at second base, but he puts the ball in play, hits for a high average, has shown some pop in that bat, and if you look at his numbers compared to DJ LeMahieu, they were actually comparable, if not better offensively sometimes. So hey, Jeff McNeil, good player, not superstar yet. Friend of the channel. What's up, Jeff? How you doing? Hope you're feeling good. Jorge Polanco. Jorge Polanco is like a slightly above average hitter. God, he's awful in the field. He's horrendous. He's like one of the worst fielders. Granted, at second base, he's a little bit better than he was at shortstop. Like shortstop, he was god awful, but second base, he's kind of just like below average. So I think he even those out, you put him in average. Jorge Polanco. Jonathan Scope. Where does Scope go? I think Jonathan Scope goes in the category of good. He's got a super strong arm at second base, which isn't something you normally talk about. He's shown the ability to be a very, very good hitter before, and he's been above average like the last few years. I like Jonathan Scope a lot. This is a guy that I think you see the Tigers move at the deadline, can help out a team that's trying to compete, something that he's been doing seemingly the last few years. Like Jonathan Scope's pretty good. He's a decent second baseman as well. Jean Segura is the epitome of an average second baseman. I kid you not. I'll tell you why. Let me get you the numbers real quick. So since 2019, he has a 101 OPS plus, basically an average second baseman hitting wise. He doesn't hit for a lot of power, hits for average, doesn't walk, the things that you typically see from average players. The one thing he has going for him though is that he's pretty decent defensively at second base, although in years past he's been like not that great, kind of all over the place. He's having a good year though this year. I'll give Jean Segura the benefit of the doubt, put him a little higher than average, I'll put him in good. Playing that he's having a good season. Ketel Marte is a superstar. If Ketel Marte played a major market, Ketel Marte is one of the best players in baseball. And I'm not talking about like necessarily like top 10, but one of the guys that you're talking about, like, oh man, Ketel Marte, that guy is a stud. Same conversation as LeMahieu, Altuve, those kind of guys. But because he plays in Arizona, he doesn't get enough credit. He had an insane year back in 2019. Third in the MVP voting, was sick. 2020 bad year, but kind of some people did. And this year he is back off to a flaming hot start after he came back off the IL. He's hitting again. He is so good, Ketel Marte. You just need to appreciate him. He's a beast. Watch some Diamondbacks baseball strictly for him. I don't care. Ketel Marte is a superstar. Kolten Wong. I'm gonna put Kolten Wong in good. He's arguably the best defensive second baseman in baseball, which is kind of not even close sometimes. Like he's pretty gross out there with the glove. And at the plate, he's patient. He gets on base. This year he has an OPS plus above 100. We usually see him kind of finish at 100 or lower typically, but because of that plus elite glove and that average to below average bat most of the time, I think that puts him as good though, because even if he is average with that elite glove, that has some value. Like he's bringing value to the Brewers for sure. He's good. I think Mike Moustakas is also a good second baseman. Now defensively, you're not getting much with him, but you are getting the offense, you're getting the power, you're getting the home runs. He is a big left-handed power bat. The last like year basically with the 60 game season last year and this year, he's kind of gotten worse and worse. Like he's going from that all-star level down to the good to eventually probably average to being back like a first, third baseman kind of guy. But Mike Moustakas is a pretty good player. I also might have a little bias here. He's a Greek guy. I'm Greek. I always rep my Greek boys. So yeah, Mike Moustakas is going in good. Is it because he's Greek? Maybe, but he also is a good player. Marcus Semien. Marcus Semien is, oh, he's so close to superstar. Is he a superstar? I think think Marcus Semien goes an all-star, and maybe I'm being ridiculous because he had an insane month of May, and he was great in 2019, but bad in 2020, and I kind of gave Ketel Marte the free pass on that, but I don't know, Marcus Semien just doesn't give me the same feel as Ketel Marte. Like, Marcus Semien, maybe it's because he's a little boring. I don't know. He's very, very good. He's having a 6th season for the Blue Jays, was probably the best player in the month of May. I can't consciously put him in superstar and feel great about it, but he is very, very good, and with another good month here in Toronto, showing me what he can do, this is a guy who can easily climb into superstar, but right now we're gonna go all-star. Probably been the best pickup of the year, though, so far from the free agent market. Gotta say that. Yeah, Nico Horner, I'm gonna put an average. Solid glove. Offensively, this year he's been better, but in the past, he's not been that strong, so I don't necessarily know what we're getting fully out of Nico Horner just yet. One thing you do know, though, is that the glove is going to play no matter where he goes, so I'll give him average. He has a chance to go into good all-star if he continues for a full season, but I just haven't seen enough. Over his MLB career, 91 OPS plus, 698 OPS. That's just not anything that I can put above average. Nicky Lopez, the fielding wizard. Nicky Lopez got a really strong glove, but boy, is his bat terrible. So for those reasons, I'm gonna put him in below average, and Royals fans, you're probably gonna be mad, but hey, you know you don't want Nicky Lopez out there every day. If you could rock with Adalberto Mondesi or Bobby Witt Jr. even, or Whit Merrifield, like those would be the guys that you prefer to be out there, but because of the injuries and how you gotta rock with your team, Nicky Lopez gets more time than you should. I just don't think Nicky Lopez is anything more than a bench kind of player. Good glove's gonna keep him around forever, but he doesn't swing much of a bat. Below average to me. Nick Madrigal. Nick Madrigal's almost like Nicky Lopez on steroids. That's so weird. Madrigal's a super strong fielder, hits for average, is gonna hit for little to no power, never strikes out, barely walks, but he's good. He hits for a pretty high OPS, considering he doesn't hit for power. OPS plus above 100, good fielder. Nick Madrigal goes in the good category. Again, I told you there's a lot of like good second base. Nick Solak. I don't know what to do with Nick Solak. I really don't, because he started off the year so hot, cooled off very much in the month of May, and he's not a particularly strong fielder, so for me, Nick Solak, I think goes an average, and I know the Nick Solak fanboys are gonna be mad, but he's cooled off a ton, and he's basically like an average hitter, and not that great of a fielder. He's honestly an average fielder. 0 OAA, 98 OPS plus, that's average. Heino Albies, Ozzy Albies. Ozzy Albies is a superstar. I know there are some people who don't think Ozzy Albies is that good, but he is. He has 19 doubles on the season. He has 9 homers, a couple triples. Like, he's an extra base hit machine. He should stop hitting left-handed because he just can't do it. He is way better right-handed. Just hit righty against righties, and Ozzy Albies is going to be even better than he already is. Great in the field, great on the base paths, a really good hitter. Everything you want in a second baseman. Oh, and he's also a superstar too, because the value you get for the price that you're getting, unmatched. His contract is sick. It's like Whit Merrifield like, except he's sick. And Whit Merrifield's good. Ozzy Albies is sick. Yeah, I'm willing to put Starlin Castro in the trash tier. Okay, you know what? Maybe I put him in below average. I mean, he's just not that good. I want to put someone in trash. It feels like it should be him. Terrible defensively. Awful fielder. And at the plate, like, he hits singles, doesn't walk, kind of like he's just not that good, but I guess he's below average. I don't know. I'll put him in below average. Trash was a little drastic. So Tommy Edman's really good in the field, and he's about a league average hitter. So for me, that puts Tommy Edman in the good category. I kind of have him as like Nick Madrigal, maybe a little bit better. I don't know. I'm just not like sold on Tommy Edman as being like this like all-star, this top second baseman in the league. But for what the Cardinals need him for, he's got a great glove. He's basically a little bit better bat than Colton Wong, maybe very comparable. He's a good fill-in for him. I don't know if he goes into this next category. Like, those guys up there look really good. He feels right in the good category, which again, that's pretty solid for a good player. So I don't really know what to do here with Tony Kemp, because he's hitting this year, but he's never really hit before. And defensively, I mean, he's like a utility guy. He's not great. I'm gonna put Tony Kemp in below average. I know he's playing well this year. I know his OPS plus is above 100. He has an 830 something. But it's Tony Kemp. Like, I don't know. It's the Oakland A magic. They do something to players that makes them great. I don't know why he's playing so well. I don't think he's that good. He hasn't ever been this good. And again, like, he's not a second baseman, so it's below average. Please, like, it's Tony Kemp. Nice little player. That's about it to me. Sorry, Tony Kemp. Great season, though. Keep it up. I'll bump you up if you keep going. Easy. Okay, I legitimately don't know who this is. Is this Yolmer Sanchez? Is that who it is? I don't even think he's on the Orioles. That is Yolmer Sanchez. Yeah, he's on the Braves. Yolmer Sanchez is trash, so I'm just gonna put him down there. Like, good glove, can't hit for anything. Why is Yolmer Sanchez the Orioles guy here? Like, this should be, I mean, it's not even Rio Ruiz anymore. It's like Ramon Urias. Whoever the Orioles are playing at second base, typically not very good, so trash. Just take it as for what it is. He's a placeholder. Got 4 guys a superstar, 4 an all-star. The superstars are LeMahieu, Altuve, Ketel Marte, Ozzy Albies. All-stars are Jazz, Cronenworth, McNeil, Semien. A lot in good, a lot in average. Not that many below average, and only 1 guy trash, which again, he's not even really playing. So that's my tier list for second base. I'd love to know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it, as well as subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. We're almost at 200K. Keep subbing, keep supporting the videos. I really appreciate it. Follow me on all my social media, GiraffeNeckMarc, links in the description. And that's where I'm wrapping up today's video. You guys know the drill from here on out. YouTube recommends you watch this video. This is my most recent upload. Click through those if you have not yet seen them. Thank you guys for watching, and and I'll see you all tomorrow for another video. Bye.